Translation by Bruce Lulla.
USA/Mariann Uehlinger, Switzerland.
150th Official Contact of October 10, 1981. Pleiadian-Plejaren Contact Reports. Block 4, pages 230-231, sentences 86-103. Source: Figu Bulletin 93, page 20.
With the irrational craziness of the human beings of Earth, however, this cannot be the case, because they will not let themselves be instructed.
With this, however, the humankind of Earth drives itself into an abyss without hope of rescue. However, the human beings of Earth shall not die out and be eliminated, which is why suitable measures must be taken.
And what should these measures then look like?
As irrational as it sounds with the cognisances about the terrestrial overpopulation, a new people must be founded. Which, however, must be a people that lives in accordance with the natural creational laws, through which they will become an ideal for the great mass of the humankind of Earth made stupid and has an instructive effect on them. However, I will provide you with more detailed information about this at a later date, in connection with other concerns that relate to your group.
On Wednesday, the 30th of January, 2016, on the occasion of the 642nd Official Contact, Pata explained what these people mentioned by Quetzal is all about.
If the talk was of a new people, then Quetzal spoke in the sense of a people, according to how Academia in such a wise formed a people, by striving, in a planets-wide mode, to teach the human beings with regard to the teaching of the truth, teaching of the spirit, teaching of the life. So it happened, that planets-wide a great many human beings followed Academian, but remained in their homelands and learned, simply the spiritual teaching. In this wise they formed a planets-wide spiritual teaching people, as it was called by Academian, and thus became known, which is based on handed-down knowledge recorded in our annals. Therefore it did not concern a people of a country or state, rather a planets-wide spiritual teaching people, who lived openly and freely around the world in various places, and learned and lived the spiritual teaching. Such a people, however, could also be called together for certain purposes at a place, to carry out a particular mission, which Academian did, for example, in order to create peace and unity and to act against aggressors, if the necessity required it. Thus such a spiritual teaching people consisted of human beings of different countries, cultures, and races, who, however, equally concerned themselves with the spiritual teaching and thus, as spiritual teaching willing ones, formed a people, in which case such a spiritual teaching people effectively represented a multinational people, and in no kind and wise was to be compared with an organization. Because an effective people existed, in the same sense, is also a new people to be understood, which shall be founded, as Quetzal said. And as you, note, Billy, then also mentioned, it is right that such a new spiritual teaching people in its origin, should arise through Figu, and thus in the Academian manner. This says, that according to the words of Quetzal, the core group members of Figu represent the actual origin of the new people who gathered, and began with the work, and spreading of the mission. Through continuous new group members and their descendants, as you have said, the new people then shall get together, whereby with that naturally was meant the formation and appearance of the passive members and their descendants. And it just so happened, since the new spiritual teaching people has already begun to form worldwide since 1975, so not only from 1981, and now has a considerable number of spiritual teaching students, that is to say, a small spiritual teaching people, hence the Quetzal words.
A new people must be founded.
Slowly but surely turns into reality.
Which must indeed fulfill itself in such a way, since ancient prophecies are laid out in this wise.
Comments by Mariann Uehlinger.
Conclusion: if the human being of Earth changes nothing in his, her thoughts, feelings, actions, and deeds to the positive, then an unbearable suffering is certain for him, her, because the above-mentioned sentences of the prophecies will be transformed into absolute fulfilling predictions. The outcoming effects of the terror of the ruling elite dictatorship will be gruesome and for a long time lead to brutal religious terror, foreign governors, Gewaltruling, surveillance dictatorship, peoples mixing, war, illness, infirmity, hate, terror, revenge, affliction, hunger, thirst, hardship, brutality, torture and torment, immense environmental damage due to climatic disasters as a result of overpopulation, etc., etc. The human being will then not be able to avoid, sooner or later, voluntarily to join the spiritual teaching people and to turn to the teaching of the truth, teaching of the spirit, teaching of the life and to the goblet of the truth, to study the teaching, to implement it in life and to evolve in terms of consciousness.
In the goblet of the truth there it says,
Live always in love and in peace, foster freedom and harmony on earth and never forget the real truth. Foster your life always in goodness of heart and live in the true being of the creation. The goblet of the truth will wake you, not to the bane, but to the boon. Samyasa Silver Star Center, July 13, 2008, 3:21 a.m. Billy.